It's reversed. Is it supposed to be like that?
It looks reversed for you, but not for them.
Right.
Okay, you're live on Instagram.
Okay, lovely. Anyone online? Yeah, 2 people. Good morning, C1. Again, you can talk to me just to make sure that someone's paying attention. Four people that are flooding in now. Doubled within a matter of seconds. That's the appeal I have. 5. And we got a like as well. Just so you know, it's just what I do. Right. Anyone? Hello, good morning. Janella's here. You're back. You survived. Well done. How are you, Janella? You ready for today's class? You can lie and say yes. Anyone else, or is everyone shy? Oh no, I've lost 2. They thought, oh God, no. They saw the topic and thought, no. You're sleppy. You're sleppy. That tells me a lot. Okay. 3. Anyone else? Get out of bed. Get online. Black Legend 575, my loyal follower. Nice to see you again. Right, I'll give you another minute and then I'm starting. Right. Okay, that's not good. That's bad. Okay. Right, 4. Well, not bad. I'll tolerate 4. Okay, so you lucky 4 viewers, and those on Instagram, if you're watching as well there. Today, we are going to tackle apposition. Okay, so apposition is this, basically. So I might have a sentence something like this. So, okay, so Valencia, Spain's 3rd largest city, is where I live. Equally, I should say. Okay, Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, is a bit of a wally. Oh, I can say. Last one then. So, a Romance language, French, has more than 274 million speakers. Okay. So, what's happening here? Well, apposition, our topic for today, occurs when Okay? I have two, or when we have two noun phrases that are together. So, noun phrase 1, 2. Noun phrase 1, noun phrase 2. Okay, so my noun here is Valencia. Here, my noun phrase is Spain's third largest city. Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister. A Romance language, French. Okay. Now, apposition. Apart from occurring when I have two separate noun phrases put together, is the idea that the second noun phrase is giving extra information about the first noun phrase. Okay? So, in most cases, it's non-essential information. It's non-essential information. That is to say, for example, I could say, Valencia is where I live. No, Valencia is where I live. However, by including this information here, it's typically used in journalistic type of writing, generally speaking. Not always. You can use it in the writing, your own writing. In fact, I would advise it for the reasons I will discuss later. But it helps inform the reader about information that they may not already know or they may be unsure of. For example, in this sentence here, Valencia, my audience could be someone from, I don't know, Japan, for example, that's never been to Spain, that's never been to Europe. So by including this information here, although non-essential grammatically, because Valencia is where I live, still makes sense grammatically, this information here, as I say, just helps inform your audience a bit more, okay, and helps them understand what you want to say. Equally, my sentence here, Boris Johnson, the British Prime Minister, okay? Again, this could be read by someone in Japan that does not have a great knowledge of British politics or indeed European politics. And as a result, this here helps clarify the message for them, okay? And again, a Romance language, again, this is non-essential information. I could just say French has more than 274 million speakers. However, in the context of my text, perhaps this information is necessary to give context. Maybe I've been talking about Germanic languages in my previous paragraph, and now I'm moving on to talk about Romance languages, okay? Right. You will also observe actually, I'm going to pause at this point to, if anyone has any questions or they want me to, if there have been any technological problems that have caused the video to skip or anything, or the bullet to freeze, or go blurry. We're all happy. Okay, right. So, as I was saying, since this information here is grammatically non-essential, you will observe, probably already, that in this case, in the first two examples, it is bookended by commas. And in this case, because it only applies, the noun phrase is actually, the non-essential noun phrase is the first phrase, I only need one. Okay, I only need one. Right? So it's similar to when you've studied relative clauses in the past, with the defining and non-defining relative clauses. Okay, the principle is the same. Okay, right. What do I want to say? So, yeah. So why do we use this apart from giving extra information? Well, it's a more elegant way of including this extra information without using a relative clause. So, to illustrate what I mean, yeah, I'll get rid of this one. If I take this example here, okay? Boris Johnson, the British PM, is a bit of a Wally. Okay, by the way, Wally, anyone know what a Wally is? And I'm not talking about Where's Wally. I think that it's okay, thank God. I was so worried. If I call you a Wally, what am I calling you? What's a synonym for Wally? But let's not be too rude, huh? You don't have to be too rude. Yes, it's absolutely negative. Silly, no, a silly you can't say because silly is an adjective, it's not a noun. What can you call? Would you call something that's a bit... Very simple word. Let me think. You have to say the word please. Please is the magic word. Let me think, please. Very simple word. Means lie. Urchin. Lovely word, but not an urchin, no. Please, sorry. No, I'm pulling your leg, don't worry. Urchin, no. Begins with I. Very similar to Spanish, huh? That's your clue. Idiot. Yeah, all that. Basically, idiot. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah. So I could equally say this sentence like this to give the same idea. I could say it like this. No? I could use a relative clause with my relative pronoun who, no? Boris Johnson, who is the British PM, is a bit of a Wally. Okay? However, whilst grammatically correct, perfectly acceptable, we would say this is more elegant. Okay, this is more elegant. Boris Johnson, the British PM, is a bit of a Wally. Okay? It just flows much more smoothly. Okay? So if you can include this in your writings, particularly, it's not used quite so much in speaking, really. It's more of a stylistic thing that occurs in writing. During the writing, you have a word count that you have to adhere to. That being the case, if you find that you're struggling to hit the word count, because remember, if you don't respect the word count, if you don't achieve the minimum amount of words that you need, then you're limiting the amount of points that you can get for your writing. So as a result, doing something like this is an easy way just to add a few more words to help you hit that minimum word count, okay? So, that's because of COVID-19. Not just because of that. For many, many reasons, he's a Wally. Yeah, he is a bit of a Wally. Yeah, you're right, Janela. He is a bit of a Wally. Okay. Any questions about that? Are we happy? Let me know one way or the other. No, I'm cool. Lovely. Black Legend, are you cool as well? Are you cool as a cucumber? To use an expression. Yeah, lovely, cool. Perfect. Right. So, what I'm going to do then is we're going to practice. Well, you're going to practice. So, on the left-hand side of the board here, I've prepared some sentences, okay? Can you see them all right? Can you read them all right? On my screen, it looks okay. I don't know if it's okay for you at home. Just a quick yes would be sufficient. And my screen is a little bit blurry. Is that a technological thing, or is that because my writing is bad? Or it's the board? A little bit blurry. Okay, maybe if I do this, I don't know if it will refocus. We got our technological expert on the case.
Is it this side?
Yeah.
This is the wrong camera. Okay. I don't know how to not ruin the Instagram. Wait,
Can we not just?
Because if not, I can't see what I'm doing.
Amuse yourselves. Someone tell me a joke. Write a joke in the text box. Make me laugh.
I feel like the camera's just. Is that worse?
Technological thing, right? Is that better or is that worse?
Can you move? Oh, they've moved now.
Okay, now it's clear. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Right. Okay, let's go then. So,
Sorry.
right. So here I've got 5 sentences. Right.
I'm moving again because it's mine.
Chaos behind the scenes. Anyway, here I have 5 sentences. Right. In four of the sentences, okay, we need to use apposition. Okay, so you're going to need to insert some commas, right? Okay. Now, I remind you, if you remember my third example here, it had the non-essential, the non-defining noun phrase at the start of the sentence. So I only needed 1 comma. Okay. So remember that when you're doing this. Okay. So 4 of the sentences require commas. 1 sentence does not. Does not. Okay? So, the first one, which I will read to you, is Logan's best friend, Luis, was the obvious choice to be his best man at the wedding. Logan's best friend, Luis, was the obvious choice to be his best man at the wedding. Okay? So what I want you to do is to decide, first, do we need commas? And second, if we need commas, to give me the correct answer in the text box below. Okay? Okay, Black Legend 575 is saying, I think it doesn't need commas. Okay, Janella, do you agree? Or any of the 6 other people that are silently watching this fantastic informational video? Okay, Janella's responding. Logan's best friend comma. Louise, was it? No, that's not right. We do need commas. We do need commas. Okay. One of them you need after friend. That's true. One of them you need after friend. One of them goes here. After friend and after Luis. Yeah, well done. Good. Okay. So effectively, this is my first noun phrase. This is my first noun phrase here. And this is, okay, my second one. So my sentence therefore is, Logan's best friend, Luis, was the obvious choice to be his best man at the wedding. Okay? Right, let's do the second one then. The most hardworking student in her class, Rachel hopes to go to university. The most hardworking student in her class, Rachel hopes to go to university. Again, first question, do we need commas? And if we do, where? No, not before and after Rachel. In fact, in this case, we only need one. We only need one comma. Try again. Why? I will explain in a moment. After Rachel? No, not after Rachel. No, not after Rachel. Any other ideas? Anyone else want to chip in? There are 5 shy people. Come on, talk. Well, before Rachel then. Yes, exactly, before Rachel. Okay. I'll explain. Okay. Now, it can't be before and after Rachel because if you consider what I said before, if in this sentence here, for example, I remove this information here, so this part here, the sentence still makes sense, okay? Boris Johnson is a bit of a wally, okay? However, in this case, if I put commas here, that's to say I get rid of Rachel, my sentence becomes this. The most hardworking student in her class hopes to go to university. Well, here, this is essential information. Because if you say the most hardworking student in her class, my question is going to be, but who? Who are we talking about? Okay? So for that reason, okay, we can only use one comma because Rachel hopes to go to university is our main clause, right? It makes sense by itself. This is the defining clause. Is that clear? Janella, yeah, perfect, okay. Black Legend, all clear for you as well? You don't have to say yes just to say yes, you can be honest. Yeah, okay, lovely. Let's proceed then. So, next sentence. Oscar's father, one of the most upstanding people I know, was found guilty of fraud. Was found guilty of fraud. Okay? Oscar's father, one of the most upstanding people I know, was found guilty of fraud. Okay? Now, I'm going to predict your first question is, what does upstanding mean, right? I'll put it here quite clear, no? Okay. Upstanding. This is C1. Let's use some C1 vocab. Upstanding. Any ideas what upstanding means? And I'll give you a clue. The context of this sentence will not help you. A synonym for upstanding. Respectable. Okay. Janella, is that a spelling mistake or is that how you think the word is spelled? Influential? Not exactly. No. You were closest when you said respectable. Okay, don't forget the C. Or you can say something like honorable. I'm going to have to, bye-bye, for the purposes of this. Honorable, there we go. Okay, so upstanding means respectable or honorable. Okay, so it's a positive adjective, it's positive. If I call you upstanding, it's a good thing, okay? However, if we return to our sentence, Oscar's father, one of the most upstanding people I know, was found guilty of fraud. Okay? First question, do we need commas? Secondly, if we do, where do we need them? Fran, you're alive. Good to see you. Well, not see you, you know what I mean. To hear from you. High class? Not exactly high class. Honorable, respectable. Okay, Black Legend, before 1 and after 9. Janella. Yeah, perfect. Well done, you've got it. So, Oscar's father, comma, one of the most upstanding people I know, comma, was found guilty of fraud. Lovely. Right. Number 4. The extremely popular film Titanic was widely criticized for its script. The extremely popular film Titanic was widely criticized for its script. Okay? Again, do I need commas? If I do, where do they go? Good grief. Iona. I like animals. Okay. I don't think we need commas here. Janella is saying, okay. Black Legend, do you agree? Or anyone else? No commas? Any more for any more? Iona. No, sorry. Joanna. That's like Joanna, but Joanna. Sorry, I misread it before. You like animals. What's your view? Or are you just happy in your world with animals? It's correct as it is. You're right, we don't need commas in this case. Okay? So, of course, that means in the final sentence we will need commas. So, apposition. One of many. Apposition. one of many C1 grammar topics, always excites me. Apposition, one of many C1 grammar topics, always excites me. Okay, 1 comma, 2 commas, where do they go? Okay, Black Legend saying comma before one of many and after one of grammar topics. Okay. Janella, do you agree? Would you have a different suggestion? Or anyone else? Yeah, I agree with Black Legend. Yeah, well done, super. Apposition, comma, one of many C1 grammar topics, comma, always excites me. Okay? So, that's that. I think that's the time, no? Yeah. Oh, perfect, more or less. Okay, lovely, right. Okay, guys, I hope that's proved useful. As I say, something to consider when you're doing your writing. So, it'll make your writing sound more elegant and more natural as well. Okay, I hope that's been instructive. Any questions before I finish? No? Joanna, what's your favorite animal? I'm curious. No questions? Any more for any more? Joanna disappeared. Disaster. Never mind. Okay, as I said in the previous video as well, you can watch this again. So if anything, you have any doubts about anything, watch it again to see if it's clearer. And of course, I remind you as well, you can also book an exciting Skype session with me if you want me to clarify anything as well. Okay? So take care, guys. Keep safe. Bye-bye. Okay. Terminar. Finalizar.
That's my favorite.